quick review of Camera Free for studio broadcasting. I'm your host, editor, camera, voiceover and writer of this short piece, Connor Purvis. Now you may ask, why am I doing this all alone? Well, we're in the midst of a worldwide pandemic, so I'm afraid I'm all that's left. To record this, there's still about 7 billion of us left outside, so it's all fine. Let's just jump into it. First of all, I'd like to commend everyone for making the most out of a difficult situation. As the day we were meant to record this, our band pulled out, resulting in the makeshift masterpiece you're about to witness. I'd especially like to commend our set designers Andrew and Louise for doing such a bang-up job. The dashing as always Kyle Livingston is our majestical talent. Yes, it's a word, don't look it up. And my fellow camera operators Martha, Callum and Caden. But since this is my review of myself, let's just, scoosh them out the way and focus on where I did absolutely fantastic. And all the areas in which I made many mistakes we'll have to improve on in the future. So again, let's dive on in. For the studio recording of Tequila, I was placed in my chosen role of Camera Free. We were not aware that this would be our last recorded session due to the outbreak, and therefore scuffed in any mistakes or errors made as something we could fix for next time. As sadly that won't happen now. Let's discuss those mistakes I made and what I could do to fix them. Let me break down the obvious difficulty I had with Camera Free. Now, Camera Free is your standard broadcast camera on a dolly with a tilt and pan locking mechanism. But unlike the other cameras, it was missing a grip focus. That's a device that allows you to adjust your focus using the handles rather than by the lens. As this device is missing, I was relying solely on instinct to achieve focus, as I could not see my screen and hold the camera in position at the same time. This is why several shots appeared to have a slow focus pull or slightly out of focus. I did my best to work around this, but it proved quite difficult. This resulted in my asking the edit booth if I could have the aperture of my camera tightened to allow for a larger depth of field to play with. The camera also had a broken tilt mechanism, meaning it had to be held at all times or it would fall out of frame and possibly on the floor causing breakage. This would have resulted in myself and my wallet crying tears of agony. Thankfully, that never happened. However, the tilt lock was difficult to control as it required a steady hand to keep the camera on the subject at all times. In addition to the focus issue, it proved to be a real challenge, and looking back at the footage you're seeing right now, there's a lot that can be improved upon. Another issue I faced was the lighting and microphone placement. I was trapped between a yellow light which overexposed my shot, resulting in extremely bright looking footage compared to the other cameras. This could have been saved if we had upped the aperture to perhaps f5.6 or tighter. I had asked for this at the time, but I feared I may have made the honest mistake and opened the iris of the camera, resulting in more light hitting the sensor, causing the overexposure you can see on screen. I had a boom mic on a stand directly outside my frame. This resulted in me only being able to move right or slightly left and downwards. I'd say the lack of space was a major issue for me as I was locked between a sound and a light space. I'd suggest next time I'd speak to my director and see if we can clear the sides of all people and unnecessary items, allowing for more freedom of movement for me and my fellow camera operators. Bar this, I feel I handled the role well considering the challenges I was handed. I communicated effectively with my director and moved into position for whatever shots he needed. I was placed on a more temperamental camera due to my previous year as a HND film and TV student and was happy to accept the challenge. Overall, I had my difficulties as camera op number 3 for this recording. A faulty focus grip, a broken tilt lock and overexposure. All things led to my faults working as camera op in this project. All of which are easily fixable, and are a good lesson to learn from in projects from here on forward. Am I happy with what I brought to the table? No, honestly I'm not. I know I could do better, but under the circumstances, I'm fine with what I contributed. Despite its faults, I'm happy overall, and when we look at the recording as a whole, everyone working together, synergy at its finest. I'm thankful for the opportunity, and will take what I've learned here and move forward knowing what I can do to solve these issues for future endeavours. I've been Connor Purvis, this is me signing off.